Ladies and gentlemen, assalamu alaikum. Nice to meet you all, and thank you for inviting me again to Pakistan to give a talk. What I thought I'd do today is keep it fairly broad and talk about the 5 trends as I see it on digital health in 2025. Just giving you an overview of my journeys globally, seeing what's at the moment topical and conveying that to you. So I'm a surgeon by background, I'm a cancer specialist, I work in London, and I've been a consultant surgeon for the last 20 years at the Royal London Hospital and St Bartholomew's, and I've been a colorectal cancer specialist. For the last 10 years I've transitioned to become a futurist, an entrepreneur, and innovator, with my good friend Suhail Chugtai, who I've followed over the last 10 years. We need volume on this, thank you. Put the audio up. So let's give you a concept of the future of healthcare. We created that video about 6-7 years ago with Anthem, one of the largest insurance providers in the US. All of that you see there is now relevant. Bilal will talk to you about XR, VR soon, as you saw here with augmented reality. These technologies aren't sci-fi. They are now relevant today, and etc. The quote that I've given here is by Abraham Lincoln, and he says that the best way to predict the future is to create it. So individually and collectively, we have that responsibility in Karachi, in Pakistan, globally, to recreate the healthcare of the future. We need to redefine, reimagine, rethink, remodel, and just think about healthcare in a different way. Healthcare globally is fundamentally broken. It's fragmented, doesn't work, and people get inequalities of healthcare, not just in Karachi, in London, in New York, and of course, globally. Our role is to make healthcare more equitable, more accessible, and of course, more affordable. The other thing to think about is a new language. You all speak Urdu here, of course you do, you speak English, but do you speak the language of technology? There's a new language that's only been apparent for the last 10 years, whether it's AR, VR, XR, AI, deep machine learning, blockchain technologies, quantum computing, etc. We're living in a world of convergence. These words in front of me did not exist in a vocabulary 10 years ago, or even 5 years ago. Healthcare is the one convergence. All these technologies converge in healthcare. It's one vertical we're seeing huge traction, as Suhail has eloquently described in his opening keynote. So this is exciting. As for me as a doctor over 35 years, this is the most exciting time to be alive in healthcare, because we suddenly have the tools to rethink and remodel that healthcare system that we so need globally. So what I thought I'd do today is talk about the 5 trends, just as a global overview. What's number 1? Number 1 is the concept of digital surgery. I'm a surgeon. For a long time, we've been analog. We've been doing things consistently without digital interventions. Now, the digital surgery of the future is connected, hyper-connected. We do remote collaboration. We train remotely and perform operations remotely using telesurgery. We have more data and AI in our systems now. Robots are now part and parcel of our skill sets, and of course, the world of extended reality we described earlier. The future OR will look like this. We haven't quite got there. This is a concept that we created, saying, what does the operating theatre look like of 2030, 2035? It's going to be similar to this, much different to what you see at the moment, with different designs and thinking. The world of surgery is going through changes, with AI, surgical navigation tools, data analytics, digital surgery, autonomous surgery, and robots all work together to create the future OR. I'm excited. Although I'm at the end of my career, this is super exciting for anyone new who's starting the world of surgery. If we take autonomous driving, this is Tesla on the left-hand side. I have a Tesla. If you go to California, you can call a taxi like a Tesla on your app, on Uber. It will come with no driver, nobody. You walk in, it drives you to where you want to go, drops you off. So in 20 places in the US, you have autonomous driving. We learn a lot from autonomous driving and change it to surgery. This is a cholecystectomy, an operation to remove a gallbladder. And now the AI is trained to tell you where to operate, what those important structures are to avoid. So AI surgical navigation using computer vision is now coming to aid surgeons to be more precise and have less complications with better outcomes and safety for the patient. So AI surgical navigation is now a real thing for us to help us manage these platforms. Robots are coming in, of course. I spoke to someone earlier, and you only have 3 robots, I think, in Karachi. 2 are not being used at the moment, and I understand there's more robots to come. When Da Vinci bought the first robot out in the year 2000, it was the only robot company. In 2025, we have 120 companies building surgical robots. Can you imagine? Making it cheaper, more affordable, and more sleeker. We're seeing now micro-robots coming in for plastic surgery, ophthalmology. So surgery is becoming very much a digital profession and specialty. I build a lot of companies, I'm an entrepreneur, and I also advise and sit on boards of many companies. This is one of them, called Vitvio. Vitvio have taken cameras in the OR, high-power definition cameras, using 360 camera, and then said, can we make the OR more efficient? This is what we've done. We now place cameras monitoring what's happening in the OR, giving you real-time navigation, allowing you to be safer, saying what's the movement, what's the next steps, taking that data from computer vision, putting it to a system, this is what in real life it looks like. And what we do is we create a workflow in the OR. The first time ever, we're now deploying this, of course, in Mayo Clinic and the Cleveland Clinic in the US, saying that we can now use these technologies to allow the operation theatre to become more digital and more efficient, capturing that essential data, planning, mapping the theatre itself and designing it. Hi, Zaki. So that's kind of what we're creating. Amazing, right? This is not the future. This is present. This is what's happening currently in our world. That was number 5. What's number 4 in my list of top 5 digital trends? Well, you've seen the film Lord of the Rings. Yes? Many of you, Lord of the Rings? And this is the one ring to rule them all. You remember that whole story, right? That's what it is, right? You've seen the film. Wearable sensors are now much more relevant. This is an Aura ring. How many of you have a ring? You have? You have? Excellent. 3, you have a ring? So Aura rings and other platforms like Hoop bands are now measuring our data constantly, continuously. I've had one for 3 or 4 years. It manages my healthcare on my app. It gives me nudges about my health, my sleep patterns, my exercise routine, my nutrition. It helps to manage my healthcare. We're now putting data in the hands of the patients to empower them. The future is preventative healthcare. The way we do that is by giving data back to the patients to allow them to make decisions around their healthcare. That's the next generation of healthcare. Aura has just sold about 5.5 million rings around the world. They've just raised 800 million as part of the Series E investment to expand the portfolio and have health systems in place using wearables. It's not about the technology. It's how you use that data in conjunction with conventional healthcare to manage your healthcare much more wisely. We're now seeing so many variables now. We're seeing, so let's go back. Go back here. That's it. Women's health. Women have been largely ignored in the tech world, okay? Femtech is now a real item. Digital health for women only. We're seeing a lot more ideas coming in. They're now producing earrings, will allow you to measure women's health, allowing you to understand menstruation, and understanding your own healthcare. Can you imagine? It makes sense. It's a wearable device that you could wear on your ear. Otherwise, you see many other platforms, of course, from the description. Let's take it back to 1860. This was René Laennec, 1816, who produced the first stethoscope. He rolled up a piece of paper and used it to listen to the chest. He then developed a wooden stethoscope, okay, which was a tube which he listened to. In effect, over 150 years, nothing has changed. The modern stethoscope is, again, 2 bits into your ear and a diaphragm with a tube. It's no different to what was arranged 150 years ago or more. So why do we still use stethoscopes that were designed in 1816. It makes no sense. The world needs disruption. Let me show you the new version of the stethoscope.
What does innovation mean in the hands of those who heal? It's more than technology. It's a promise. A promise to care deeply, to listen closely, and to understand truly. Introducing Keiku. Crafted at the intersection of technology and precision. Here, the absence of wires isn't just aesthetic, it's freedom. Every gesture reaches further, enables teamwork, leaving a lasting impact unconstrained by the conventional. In the heart of every caregiver, there lies a relentless quest to turn silence into a symphony of insights. In every corner of this bustling world, listen to the purity of life's sound. Every heartbeat, every breath, an orchestra of sounds, pure and undistorted. A future where every note of health is heard, understood, and valued. Keiku. Sounds of life.
What do you think of that? Pretty cool, right? So even the stethoscope can be now changed in terms of what the functionality is. Compare that to, oops, sorry, let's go back, oops. That to what you've just seen. It's like 1,000,000 years of evolution, almost. So here we are. I'm going to just share something with you. Here we are. This is it. This is the new stethoscope. AI-driven. If I connect this, hopefully it'll connect. It's connected. And now we can use it. This is an AI stethoscope. So you can put it on someone's chest. It hears the murmur, but then give you AI diagnosis. You don't need a clinician. It'll tell you what the murmur is, or it'll tell you what the heartbeat is like. And so also, I'm going to try it out. So here we go. I'm going to just start it. Here we go. And let's go to auscultation. Start. Here we are. You can see what's going on. The light comes on. Sound is controlled like this, up and down. Tap. You can invite other people in to join the conversation like a cardiologist. You can listen in on that heartbeat. So here we go. We'll just listen to that. And here we go. Here's his heartbeat going up. I can trace it. I can capture it. However, it's AI diagnostic. If I stop that, it has another function. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that stunning? The apple of stethoscopes, right? If I now go to the next part, which is your transcription, I can place that on the counter here. We can have a conversation, take a history. This is ambient AI, agentic AI. It would take our conversation, capture it like Suhail has just told you, and put it into electronic health records. So stethoscope and your personal assistant. Isn't that incredible? Take stethoscope to disrupt them. We can't do the same thing over and over again. Pass this around, play around with it, show what the new stethoscope is. That's the first one that's outside the UK, right? So you're welcome.
This is Meta Ray-Ban display. These are glasses with the classic style that you'd expect from Ray-Ban, but they're the first AI glasses with a high-resolution display and a whole new way to interact with them, the Meta Neural Band. That's this guy. All right, now, the display is large enough to watch a video or read a thread of messages. It appears in one eye. It's slightly off-center, so it doesn't block your view. It is very high resolution and very bright. I mean like 42 pixels per degree, which is sharper than any major headset that's out there, and up to 5,000 nits of brightness. So it is crisp whether you're indoors or outdoors on the sunniest day.
So aren't you lucky? This is the first one outside the US. This is the Ray-Ban display glasses. And in here, it has a display which I can connect with my electromyograph. This uses muscle twitches. I can navigate, I can share things, I can watch videos, I can play music, I can send my messages, send a message by voice tech. So stand up. And let's do a demo. I can't show it to you, but he'll see it. Hopefully this will work. There we are. Put the glasses on. So it's like a Ray-Ban, so it looks like the form factor is pretty good. Now, I'm going to turn this on. Can you see a display on your right side? You can see it, right? Now I can use my hand as a controller. I can go left, right, up, down. You seeing the movements? Yeah? Okay, so let's go. Show me where am I at the moment. What can you see? WhatsApp, Insta. Let's go down. What should I go down to? Let's go down to caption. Tell me what I'm in caption. Am I in caption now? Yep. Where's caption? Further down? Yeah, go down. One more? One more? Yeah, captions. Okay, I'm in caption. Now I'll press again. Is it starting? Yeah. Okay. If I stand in front of you and talk, the text comes up as I speak. Can you see that? Yep. And if I speak French, it'll come up as English. German, Urdu, it translates automatically. And he gets the text in his eye. Yes? Yeah. And it's pretty accurate, right? That's pretty good. Thank you. So these are the future of wearable tech. I've been in the XR space for 10 years, but pass them around. Again, play around with them, okay? This is the first one outside the US. I got it 3 weeks ago on the day it was released in New York. Aren't you lucky? You're getting so many technologies that are first here. Karachi's being spoiled today, right? Right, number three. Number three in the story of the 5 is genomics and drug discovery. If we go back a few years, when I was doing my PhD in London and in Princeton, US, on genetics, the human genome had just been sequenced at a cost of over 100 million, probably about $1 billion cost. Now, to sequence your gene, it costs less than $100. Soon it'll be $10. All of us in this room, for $10, will have our genome sequenced. Lots of data coming out. But look at Moore's law. Moore's law states that every 2 years, computer power will be doubled. It's ancient. We've moved beyond Moore's law to exponential changes. We see now a huge change. It's much more fast than Moore ever described back in the 50s. We're seeing genomics now being sequenced. DeepMind, a team from UK, Google DeepMind, unraveled the mysteries of science as protein folding. And also, they looked at DNA mutation detection. Protein folding is one of the great discoveries. In fact, Demis Hassabis and Geoffrey Hinton and others got the Nobel Prize last year for chemistry for the protein folding, because it means we can now do AI drug discovery. You're all pharmacists, I think, here. AI now is changing the way we design a drug for the future, from inception, from conception to deployment. We're using techniques now for drug discovery. We're seeing these now all being massively changed with AI technologies, whether it's target identification, discovery, optimization, even clinical trials, and the regulatory review, all fast-tracked. It costs $1.5 billion US and 10 to 15 years for a drug to be developed and deployed. Now, we can develop drugs in 18 months at a cost of $2 to $3 million. Crazy, right? We'll have many more drugs available. There are now 24 drugs being designed by AI. 3 of them have gone to clinical trials. 1 is phase 2 trial in the US. So imagine new drugs coming in with AI rapidly. As pharmacists and people in pharma, you have to now worry about how quickly these are deployed. Number 2, very quickly, and we need to rush, I know we're running out of time. Number 2, the question I ask the audience always is, who wants to live forever? Hands up. You're saying no. Anybody? You want to live forever, yes? Okay, great. So the question we have forever is, humans have been desperate to live forever, for eternity. Remember Sir Galahad, the Arthurian knight, chasing the Holy Grail, the chalice for ever laughter. Or indeed, the Fountain of Youth. We've been obsessed with this concept of living forever. But it's not about living forever. It's about something called healthspan. Lifespan is how long we live. Lifespan is when you die. And we all die at some stage. You can't change that. What we can change is living healthy for as long as possible, your health span. If you look at a curve, you're living and you're declining and you're dying. That's a painful decline. Dementia, chronic diseases. If we could say, let's go live and then sharply drop off, you'd accept that because you want a healthy life. That is what longevity is. Let me show you concept longevity. We know healthcare is more preventative, it's more predictive, it's more personalized, and of course, as patients, it's more participatory. We've created a longevity clinic in London. I've chaired the board here, and we're looking at Human 2.0. Human 1.0 is where we are, looking at disease, reactive, sick care. Well care and maintaining health is Human 2.0, the new concept, new era of healthcare. Let's go back. This way, go back. This is what it looks like. This is our clinic. Future tech, right? I went through my own therapy of hyperbaric oxygen chambers. I went through reoxytherapy, cryotherapy, freezing my body to 140 degrees to see if it improves my health care. And you know what? It makes a big difference to the future.
Hi, I'm Dr. Inayat. I'm the founder of Human. Welcome to the future of health.
We take patients on a journey of biometric testing, 400 biomarkers. We put them through oxygen chambers, cryo chambers, protein, peptide therapy, biohacking their body, drugs, etc. We take their healthcare and personalize it. We have our clientele, our Hollywood A-listers, kings and queens, royal families, etc. They come to us to monitor their performance and live a healthier life. And now we've, hopefully, with Zakir, we'll bring Human to Pakistan at some stage because it's the future of healthcare. I'll carry on because we want the video to carry on. Last one. Number one in my top 5, of course, is, as Suhail mentioned already, is the world of AI. When ChatGPT was launched on November 2022, it changed our world forever. AI suddenly became adoptable and became scalable and has changed our world forever. The genie is out of the bottle and AI is powering the new generation of healthcare systems. If you look at the evolution, this is Jensen Huang, the CEO of NVIDIA, who create the silicon, the chips for AI. You see the journey of where we are. We are now here. We have left this behind. We're now heading to physical AI and something called AGI. AGI is artificial general intelligence. That's the aim, where computers are more powerful than mankind. Some say it will be in 5 years. Ray Kurzweil, in his book, The Singularity is Near, said it would be 2045. At some point, computers will be more powerful. It's worrying, it's scary, but that's where we're heading towards. What's now, what we say is ACI, artificial capable intelligence. It works with us, and that's what agentic AI is. So we are creating AI tools. This is a company I sit on the board for, creating agentic AI that's autonomous, that allows you to think, make decisions based on your inputs.
Hi, what task can I help you with today?
IQ. I'd like you to reach out to patients that haven't done their smear test yet and explain to them why they should do it.
Would you like me to give you a short draft of this task?
Yes, please.
Here's a draft for your clinical task. 1. I'll reach out to patients who haven't completed their smear test and ask if they have any questions or concerns about it. 2. I'll explain the importance of the smear test in detecting potential health issues early. 3. I'll provide reassurance that the procedure is quick and generally well tolerated. 4. I'll encourage them to schedule their appointment and offer assistance in finding a suitable time. Would you like to make any changes to this draft?
That's great, thanks. What do the UK guidelines say about how often to do this test?
In the UK, the guidelines recommend that women aged 25 to 49 should have a smear test every 3 years, and those aged 50 to 64 should have one every 5 years. After the age of 65, women will only be screened if they have not been screened since age 50, or if they have had recent
Please check the age of each patient and explain how often they need to do the test.
I'll update the task to include checking the age of each patient and explaining how often they need to do the smear test based on their age. Would you like to add or adjust anything else?
So sound down, sound down,
Great.
volume down,
Can you make sure you let me know if any of these patients need to speak to me?
down, down, all the way. So what this is doing,
I'll
this
add a
is
step
a
to the task to ensure
customizable,
that I inform you if
controllable
any of the
AI.
patients
We
express
think
needs
it should
to be added.
personalize. So you can go in
To add
with your
anything else?
voice, ask it to do certain
That's
things.
thanks.
Take my data, bring in the
I've created a
workflows,
clinical
bring in the
task called
guidelines,
smear test
contact
coverage.
my patients, phone them
The main
regularly
purpose
until I
of
get a
this task
response,
is to reach out
feed
to
that back
patients
to
who
me,
haven't
I put it into a
completed their smear
chart.
test
It
and
becomes
encourage them to
your
do so.
agent. That's agentic AI.
If you have any other
So we've
questions or need
created the
more
very
help,
first
feel free to reach out.
controllable, customizable AI
Thanks.
built
Just
on
one
a
more thing.
framework and a
Can you set
platform
schedule to
that
contact
we built
patients
for the
about
last
this
3
every 3
years.
hours
And now we're
until they're
deploying
reached?
in the US and other
I'll
parts
add
of the
a step to
world.
the task to
So
include a
imagine
schedule for
your
contacting
personal
patients
agent
every 3
that you
hours
created
until
to
they're
your
reached.
workflow.
The
That's
final
what
task
Quadrivi
now
is.
includes
Ladies and gentlemen, I've taken you on a journey. I'm sorry I've taken over time. Apologies for that. If you want to follow my work, my website is profshafi.com, where I share the latest technologies, innovations globally with my newsletters. Please welcome to join my newsletters. I write a lot about the future of health in Exponential Health, a newsletter on my website and on LinkedIn. And I write a weekly newsletter on AI because it's about sharing knowledge. AI is scary. It's frightening. It's so overwhelming. We try to get some of the enigma about AI so that you can share some of the best practices. And please do follow me on LinkedIn, share stories, etc. I share a lot of my journeys from what we're doing on a global level. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.